Adventure is one of the most important components to an extraordinary life. And for so many of us, me included, my life just doesn't have enough adventure. When I think about all of the best stories, the movies that we watch on the big screen, the novels that we love to read, they all contain some amount of adventure. And the story's pretty much the same. You have a character or a group of characters, right, that maybe don't know what they want or they don't know where they're going, but they know that they have to go somewhere, that they're on a journey and they're discovering that journey many times together. And that journey has so many twists and so many turns. But one of the critical things about the journey is that these characters, they start one way, but as they go through the trials and the challenges of the journey, they end up becoming somebody else. They end up becoming the person that they were made to be. And I am so concerned that many of us don't really realize that we're on an epic journey. We're on an epic story. It can be so easy to just get caught up in the monotonous and mundane things of your day, whether it's doing your job or caring for your family, going to your church, attending social groups, or being a part of your community. And all this is amazing, but what we don't realize, or maybe what we've been deceived to recognize, is that we are part of an epic story, and God is the one writing that epic story. He's writing it for every single person, yourself included. And I hope that we can take a moment to just stop and pray that the Lord would reveal to you the epic story that He's writing in your life. And if we can see that, we can maybe become more of a participant in doing that. And I really think it's a plan of hell, it's a plan of Satan to blind your eyes and to deceive you, to keep you focused on the ground or focused on the things right ahead of you, rather than lifting your eyes to see this epic journey that He has you on. And it's so important to do this with a family, to do it with friends, to do it in community. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today, is the importance of having a community where you go on adventure together. You know, I've started hosting a little group at my house with some friends, and we've been talking about what does it look like to actually follow Jesus. And we've been challenging each other to pray and hear His voice and actually to obey. And so many people that I find, even people that go to church, they have a preset way that maybe they do small group or Bible study, and they don't have very much room to hear God's voice, even the extraordinary or the mundane that He might say, because everything that God says is an invitation. And I'm hopeful that we can start to make space to actually say, Lord, what's your invitation for me and for our group? And let's just say yes to the risk. Let's say yes to the adventure and see where it might go. You know, our group that I've been hosting has been thinking about what would it look like to go on mission for Jesus, to go on some kind of a trip or visit some country. And the first thought that we thought when we thought about this was that we should find another trip, or we should find a ministry, or we should find an opportunity to let us go and do this. And one of my friends said, well, why don't we just pray and ask Jesus where we should go and what we should do? And I stopped and I thought for a minute, because I'd never thought about that. It was so countercultural, and it was so outside of the realm of what I thought was the way that you do this. But really, that's a true adventure. A true adventure is simply asking the Lord for His invitations and then going and recognizing that every invitation that God gives you is protected, that He's not going to invite you into an opportunity or into a risk or into something that He doesn't have grace for you to accomplish. And maybe it won't look perfect in how it goes, but you have to believe that God knows exactly what He's doing by inviting you into it. Maybe He's going to heal you emotionally, or maybe He's going to set you up for a situation where you're going to impact somebody's life dramatically. You don't quite know what His invitations include, but you can be assured that His invitations are always good in every way. They're good from top to bottom, and He has your best desires at the forefront of His mind. He's constantly whispering, constantly inviting you, but because of the monotony and the mundaneness of our day, we rarely open our eyes and open our ears to see and hear those invitations. So I would encourage you. I'd encourage you to just stop and to ask the Lord, God, what are your fresh invitations for me? What would it look like for me to actually go on an adventure for you? And if you don't have a community of people that you're doing life with, I pray that the Lord would bring you those people, the like-minded people, the people who say, we're tired of life as usual, we're tired of the mundaneness, and we want something new. We want something fresh, and we want to go do something together. And these are the people that are going to unlock your life. They're the people that are going to unlock your destiny, and then they're people that are going to help you walk into joy and personal growth. And this is so critical. So I just believe that the Lord wants you to step out into risk and also to step into adventure. And I believe that He wants you to do it with a group of people, your family and your friends who are like-minded and also have the grace and the faith to do it with you. And I think if you do that, you might be surprised at how much fun and how amazing it is when the Lord finally shows up and you're living on the edge. You're living the epic story that we read about or that we watch in the movie theater. That life is available to all of us. I fundamentally believe that at the core of my heart, and I know it's an invitation of Jesus for us to step out and do it. I hope you will do it too, and I hope this has been a blessing to you.